You can do this. I started this business with $2,000 in my account. I left Toyota where I met you. If I could do it, you could do it with nothing. I didn't have no investors. It's all here, man. Your mindset, mentality. How do you see things?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Born to Tint Podcast with the Miller Brothers. Flying solo today. Today, I'm sitting down with David. David from Daily Details Garage, local detailer. Cool story how he got into the industry. We go over business, mindset, and how it's gotten to where he's at right now. Check it out.
That's crazy. 89?
83.
83?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I got lucky. The fact that, A, that my dad started a small business, and then second, it was successful enough to keep its doors open.
Yeah.
Keep food on our table.
Right.
And then beyond that, the fact that I fell into it because I now because I have a 6-year-old son, if he got into the business and wanted to take over, it would be awesome. I understand like why my dad my dad's overall grand scheme was like he wanted all 3 kids to run the business.
Right.
Earlier on when I was probably like 16, 17, like there was no point that we thought that was going to happen just because I was in the business and at that juncture in my life, I was just getting out of high school. And like I knew I was going to stay in only because he got me tinting early because I wanted to buy things. Like I wanted a dirt bike and
hobbies.
Stuff. Yeah. And he was like, you want a dirt bike? Go to work. And then you can earn the bike and then it's your bike. And what I thought at the time, I get to say and do what I want with it, not really processing like I'm still living underneath his house. And it's like, yeah, to a point it's mine. But really, if obviously I mess up, I'm not riding it. But that's what got me into tinting. Yeah. And by like the end of high school, I realized that like, all right, like I'm pretty good at this. And I'm making good money. And then about 2 to 3 years after that, about 2021, I really started getting confident in myself. You know what? Like I am good at this. I know I'm good at this. And like SEMA had its little like knockoff tin offs where it was like shrinking a bug back window real fast. And I'd compete in that constantly. And then I heard about WFCT. And that was the first time I went and competed. And it was 2012. And that was where it's like at that point, like I was in like, this is what I'm doing.
10 toes deep in there.
Yeah. I want to tint. And I want to say at the time I wanted to say that I was the best. Now I realize that the value of that is, yes, it's fun competing, but the value is going to connect and network with the people that are there.
Relationships.
Yeah.
That's it. Man.
Yeah. So thankfully I caught on to what the real value of it was after, getting humbled.
Yeah.
That first competition.
Yeah.
And then I kept going back and then I made really good friends and now I have lifetime friends that Florida, Georgia, upstate, California, all everywhere. I mean, Korea. Yeah. There's a gentleman, Baeyoung Park. He won, I think, auto 2 years ago. Yeah. Dude's a killer. And like I remember watching him install for the first time. It was him and like a couple other guys from the same shop that came out. And like I saw him like squeegeeing windows out with like a green hard card and like doing the squeegee pass with it. And I was just like, what are you doing? And then you start realizing there's so many different ways to do this craft that you shouldn't knock someone right off the bat. If anything, be curious. Like
what works for you.
Exactly.
Because not everything is the same way. Yeah. But no, that's great, bro. Like, because, nowadays, right, the baby boomers, their kids doesn't want to take over the businesses. And so that's why it's so cool for you. Just, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. Yeah. And I'm going to go for 100% on it. Yeah. That's sick.
And now I'm in the second part of it where, like I said, like I still compete, but like install wise, if I'm installing, it's either a project that's got something sketchy on it, which I'll never ask my guys to do sketchy things. I'll encourage them and say, hey, it's going to make you a better installer. Yeah. But if you're uncomfortable, I never pressure my guys to do anything, ladder work, anything like that. If they say they got it, they got it. But they always know if it's at a point where it's like, nah, it's me. I'll go take care of the job or my flat glass manager will, or even my brother will, depending on the project itself. Yeah. But like the past 2 years within our CRM, within TintWiz, you see me being, if you went back like 3 years from now, you could see me being scheduled for installations and then like that next year drop off by 50%. And then the year after that drop off by like even more than that to where I'm just doing the business side. And like, that's now the next part of my career. And I didn't know if I was going to enjoy it as much as installing, but like I definitely am enjoying it. It's fun. It's fun. But it makes me appreciate my installation career. Like to be able to go to someone's house, throw some earbuds on, and just tint,
lock in,
do my thing. Even at the shop too. Like when I was the auto installer, same thing. Throw an earbud on. All I know is I have like that 7 to 8 cars or however many cars for the day. Like I know I just got to get those cars done. Worry about my work, get that done, and that's it. I do miss it every once in a while.
Yes,
but it's
fun, bro.
Yeah.
Like wanted to ask, bro. Like, how long did it take you to be off the jobs, like be the installer?
I would say it took me mentally probably about like a year to be okay with it.
Yeah.
But I would say I'd say about a year. Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one because it started off as a trickle effect. As my dad stepped away, or when unfortunately he had to step away from the company due to health, it was like I was wearing all the hats. I was still trying to install because we still had to build out installation teams. And then also now my dad was already passing those decisions off to me of like what to do in certain things, but I would always call him. And then when that was ripped away from me, it was just like, no, I have to make the call now.
Right.
That was a rude awakening by itself because, it's like I just lost my mentor and that was hard to get past. But I would say after that, it was about a year of me thinking that I was doing a great job and realizing really what I was doing is just undercutting all my managers or the people I was trying to put in power positions. And then we finally got to the point where it's like, no, I need to have solid managers because we were just getting too big. Right. You can only manage so many people at once. So I would say it started in mid 2020 to now. So if I would be truthful, I would say about 3.5 years because we did it in a very, I guess, slow, methodical, or we thought it was methodical as we were doing it and realized that we should just yank the Band-Aid. If that's what you're going to do, yank the Band-Aid. Yes, it's going to be hectic for the first probably a couple months.
Different journey
and different problems. And also the one thing that took me about 1.5 years or so to get to come to the realization, because I've had the time to make my mistakes and then, try again and learn from them. I had to let my people do that. Yeah. You have to be okay with the fact of knowing that this job might not get cut up the way you want to do it, or this job might not be done the way you might think it should be done because it might be more efficient. Be okay with the fact that if someone comes to you with a game plan and if it's at least 70% of what you think should be done, just, all right, let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Like empower your managers to run their department and then also empower them to let them control their guys.
Right.
I found myself saying either the auto guys or the flat guys, like I'd point things out that were necessary. Like, hey, take care of this, take care of this. And then I kind of like had that aha moment, like, all right, I need to stop doing that publicly. I need to start pulling my managers aside and say, hey, dude, I saw this, this, and this. Can you take care of this for me? I mean, I had one of those moments today. I was grabbing the tools I needed to go do the job that I'm taking care of, and I grabbed one of my cocking guns that holds a cartridge, and I take the cartridge that's on it off, and like the whole bottom of the guns is covered in white Dow, and I'm just like, this is a brand new, like it's a cartridge gun, so it's not on the more expensive side, but it's still like $400 or $500 for all the batteries and everything. Like, right. I just snapped a picture of it and sent it to my manager. I was like, hey, when are you going to be in? We just need to sit down and have a chat just to go over what the expectations are or how we can game plan for the team of like, we can't have this. Like, I'm fine with buying all the new tools and what's going to make life easy for the installer.
Take care of it.
Exactly.
Treat it like it's yours.
Oh, that's where in my eyes it might eventually come to that, to where if it's not going to be taken care of, like, I'm not going to say buy your own, because what'll end up happening is they won't buy new. They'll keep using the stuff over and over again, and that just slows you down.
Yep.
You come to the realization, like that $20 squeegee, spend $20. It's going to make you that much faster. In the grand scheme of it, how much money is that $20 squeegee going to make you?
Right.
Install with it for a month, 2 months, buy a new one.
Yep. Keep
that speed up to where it's going to be like, I'm going to buy the tools, but if they get destroyed, I'm just going to take it out of your pay. And we're going to come up with new contracts to where it's going to be on you. It's not me. I'm not punishing you. You're punishing yourself.
Right.
And that's the big thing where I've kind of tried to circle everything back to taking the feeling off myself. And it's not just so I make myself feel better. It's trying to give them something to where I'm not punishing you. You're punishing yourself by doing these things this way. Like it's you've been shown what should or shouldn't be done. If you are being overbooked, you need to be vocal to your manager. He's the one who's booking your jobs.
Right.
you need to speak up. So if maybe they don't feel that they have that line of communication with him, and that's why I want to sit down and talk with him, because I've definitely come to realize assuming stuff, like as soon as you assume, it's
never works.
Never.
Just
at no point does it ever work.
What's the issue here? Let's address it now.
Yep.
You know, but that's cool, man. No, thank you, bro, for literally, like, I was just telling the guys, I was just picking up a dealership car, because my background was the dealerships, right? Master Tech. I wrote service for Finley Toyota, and I walked out and got it out of the Uber. I'm like, wait, I was just watching you last night. And for you to just be like, hey, without even knowing me, 30 seconds of meeting, you want to come to the pod? I'm like, sure. Like, I'm only 3 years into this business. And like, I want to learn like that question. Because like nowadays, I like enjoying the business side more, figuring out the problem, SOPs, how to market better, all that stuff. So it's very cool, man. Thank you for having me here. And hopefully we get some good nuggets for the guys out here. You know?
Oh, yeah. No, dude, by all means, if you want to, anytime you want to come poke around or just kind of hang out, and I've got zero problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's better to grow the industry than trying to fight the industry.
Right.
That was definitely the mentality back in the early days. But like, the funny part is, like, when we got into each other, like literally, like I hadn't even talked to him yet about reaching out to you. And then all of a sudden he like hit me up, and like he had sent me a message, hey, I'm booking this guy for this time. And I was just like, I haven't even talked to you about this yet. He saw me all of a sudden follow you. And then he just naturally, he saw you, he saw your content, and naturally reached out to you. And I was like, well, I was going to ask you to do that anyway. So,
that's it.
Yeah. So I would love to say I'm the one who I was going to initiate it, but before I even could initiate it, he jumped on it and he was just like, reached out to you instantly. I was like, it's exactly who I was going to tell you to reach out to. Cause it's like, we're always kind of looking, especially for local too. Yeah. And even more within our industry, if we can have people on and just expand and grow and just, have good conversations.
And also too, different type of like business. Like, so like I stay to myself, like I try to just focus on the business, on our shop and whatnot. But I know a lot of people. I've been in the industry since I was 15, but I was wrenching, race team or drifting events and all that stuff. But I know different owners, and like we all have different stories how we got here. Your story is going to be different from mine.
Yep.
From other stories. So it's like hearing that, like, from your dad to now you have to take that challenge. Like, dude, that's a lot. That's a lot on your plate, because that's your mentor. And like what you're saying, like trusting your guys to do the install, right? Like we're the guys who used to install, and like you want the perfect job you want. You're so worried about, are they gonna do it right? Are they gonna do it? So like, it's pretty cool.
No, it's definitely been a fun journey. But I wouldn't be able to keep my sanity though if it wasn't for the team that I do have.
Yeah.
My sister coming back into the company when she did, my brother coming back into the company when he did, and then also to everybody else that's been here. Jordan, I mean, he's been a best friend. We've known each other since we were 11 years old. Went to high school together, played ball together. And then it just kind of like naturally coming out of high school, it kind of asked me for like a summer job. And I was a house installer. I was the house installer at the time. And I knew the importance of having a second body with me. So I taught him how to tint, taught him how to prep windows, and we had our good systems going. And then he went off to college, played ball, and then he ended up circling back, becoming my graphics guy. And then what do you want to end up going to college for? Like, come full circle. He went to college for video editing. Like, he knows how to know Photoshop Premiere and all that stuff. So when we started doing this stuff, all of a sudden he came back to me. He goes, I know how to do all that. And I was like, perfect. Like our sole intention was to bring this in-house when we first started off working with Pineda's team, was to pretty much get our feet in the water, figure out how to do it, see how they run it, how they drop a reel a day, and how they
clip it.
Yeah. Create their long form content to get the short form content to where those are the snippets you want to go out constantly, because it's just, we're branding ourselves constantly. Right. To where if all of a sudden someone realizes like, oh damn, I need some tint. You know what? I saw that clip or that other clip. Let me Google Green Valley Tint real quick.
Right.
Now, all the time we spent on Meta, we didn't necessarily get the lead from there, but we did because of that branding. They went back to Google, they typed it in, they found us, they clicked on it. Now we got a customer. So as soon as we went to pull this all in house and we ended up building all this out.
Beautiful, bro. Beautiful.
Thank you. It was fun running the class this past week. But as soon as we brought everything in here, it was like he was wearing a couple different hats at the end of last year, still dabbling in the graphics a little bit, doing some of my Clearball installations, and then started doing the videoing, like podcasting and stuff like that. In the beginning of this year, I was like, all right, so you're done installing. You're not installing anything anymore, pretty much.
Start
Filming, editing, and clipping. And then every once in a while, if he does some installing, it's just an extra added incentive to where it's like just you get whatever you end up doing beyond your job. Obviously, you're going to get compensated and taken care of.
Oh.
But it's like we've been already, I would say he's already pretty crushed with video editing.
No, it's good. I mean, I was just listening to, I was so scared to get here, bro. I was like, man, I looked at all your YouTube videos. It's like Tint. I was like, oh man. And then Justin Day.
Mm-hmm.
So I was listening to, polishing. I was listening to Justin Day. I was like, all right, cool. That's cool. But like, yeah, getting here and like seeing all the cameras and stuff. Because who else does this in our industry? That does like,
I would say that
casting and like in-house.
There's a lot of Facebook lives and Instagram lives. People do the live thing.
Yeah,
I know that there's Tinner Tuesday with Jason. I can't pronounce his last name, so I know his handle's Tinner Dude 3. I know he's a rep for Autobahn. He's been doing Facebook lives for a while, and then he finally is integrated to do all of them. There's a couple. I know Mike Burke has done a podcast, but I wouldn't say unfortunate, but the one thing that like I wanted to do when we did start doing this is the consistency.
Yes.
I want 1 out a week no matter what. And try to obviously don't force anything if we don't have to, because we did miss I think about 1 or 2 weeks, and like when that happened too, I was like, damn, there goes our streak.
Right.
But streaks are meant to end eventually, and then you pick it back up, and unforeseen circumstances, nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
But my big thing was to be consistent, put out 1 a week.
That's all it is, man.
Try to keep industry related, but if it's not industry related, then it's his business. And that's after like running this class this past week, we were trying to, like, I had a layout of what I wanted to do. And then until we do it, I don't know if it's going to work or not. I don't know what feedback I'm going to get. And a lot of the feedback I got was like our first day was a lot of going over sales, how we approach our sales, what meters we use, how we pitch our film, how we classify our films. And that's where I got a lot of the feedback from the avatar that we're technically aiming towards for this class is someone who's maybe like 2 to 3, at least minimally 2 to 3 years on auto, and just wants to jump ship. Yeah. Like they want to do flat glass thing, or they've been doing auto for say a decade, and they have a lot of guys will be very intimidated to jump over to architectural. It's not so much the installation they're worried about because it's a flat piece of glass. They know they'll probably be able to pick it up. It's how do you approach the customer?
Right.
What films do you sell? Like there's so much builders and glass companies scare so many people into you're going to break glass. And yeah, they're 100% true if you put the wrong film on there. But if you use the proper tools,
be good.
You're good to go.
Check the glass. I just learned that from you guys yesterday.
Yep.
Like the gas sealed or double plane glass. Like,
yep.
I was like, what?
Yep.
And honestly, bro, like I was just telling him, and I was like, when I got into industry, like it was just by accident, right? I messed up my mom's Sequoia, brand new black truck. And Memorial Day weekend, out with the buddies, brush marks everywhere. Came back, I was like, oh crap. And went to a shop. It's like $2,500 just to polish. Whew. I'm from the dealership background. I wrench. I still do it. I build motors and whatnot. It's like, shoot, if I can build motors, let me get a polish. I spent $500, pads, did it in 4 hours. That's when it clicked at me. I'm like, ooh, that's what I'm gonna do. But no, now like I have a great tenor guy at the shop. Great young kid, bro. Freaking just a hustler, does good work. His dad's been tinting for 30 years. And I see like the cars that he would bring, like he would do 4 cars in one day. I'm stuck with 1 polishing. I wish I got into like film. I wish I got started with film, like, cause just like the amount of effort and time with polishing and coating, just so much longer than 45-minute freaking job on a car, So it's crazy, bro. Like, and actually we walked a house the other day, and like he was explaining me how like different glass works, and like how he walks the job, and like and he said that like, hey, even though this is a brand new build, there is a chance, because they wanted security film and like the reflective film as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I overheard him say like, hey, there's a possibility that it might shatter because how big the glass is and whatnot. And stuff like that. I'm still learning my film stuff, like, so it's pretty cool. Like how tinters, like you can't just, like you can have other avenues in the tint world, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's what we're trying to expand is everyone knows you can tint your car. I mean, for the most part, you walk down the strip and you ask people about tint. Majority of them are going to talk about cars. They're going to think car. And then you can mention, oh, you can tint your house or your commercial building. And then they're like, oh, I didn't know you can do that. And me and my brother heard it constantly. Every time we'd go tint a house, a customer would be like, they walk into a room, they feel the difference, and they're like, if I'd have known about this years ago, I'd have done it. I had no clue, especially now that we're pushing out so much content about doing it. Like we have people calling us like solely because they saw us on Instagram. They're like, we only called you because pretty much we set the foundation and we were able to, in the small little clips we put out, educate them what can and can't be done. They're like, yeah, I just want to go with you guys. Like we're good. And then it's like, so we already walk in and they already feel like they either know my brother, or if I so happen to be there, they I feel like they already know me. So we've already had that like first meetup with them without ever technically meeting them. But that's the big thing with flat glass is knowing what type of windows you have and knowing what film you can and can't sell. I mean, my dad stayed in his lane for a majority of his career, which I look back out now and I understand. We probably had the ability to use that meter 6-7 years prior than when we did, probably even earlier, because the guy who makes those meters, EDTM, Mark, he goes to every single one of our dealer meetings. We're part of Solar Guard's elite film network. It's called Panorama. It allows you to buy that type of film. You have to be in that network to buy that film and offer it. But then you also get to go to a yearly meeting where it is, yes, to blow off some steam. You know, you go to some dinners, go to the bar. They used to do golf every single year, and I think they might be bringing that back, and that'd be nice. Just so
cool.
It's a fun get together. But beyond that, it's bringing the new tools and stuff to market and why you should or shouldn't be using them. And he's been there at least the past decade. So we haven't been using it when we should have been. But my dad always used film because if you look at a film to glass chart, there's going to be a certain section of films that are going to read green pretty much all the way across, except for if you hit a surface 4, which is the inside of your house, what we technically are putting our film on. If there's a coating on that and you don't know there is, as soon as you put a blade to it, you find out because it's going to start scraping that coat. Oh, it's going to scratch the living hell out of the glass. So it'll be an instant, we can't do this, and also I need to replace this window. But there are dual reflective films that are safe to put on majority pieces of glass that won't break it. The manufacturer's fine with it, but you're not going to solve the problem that your customer's asking for if it is in the wrong spot. In Vegas, in the Southwest region, Phoenix, everywhere where it gets real hot, majority of our coatings are on 2, which is the outer piece of glass on the inside part. That's the most efficient place for it to be for us. We don't get super cold. The only reason why you'd want to bring that coating further into the house is because it gets below freezing. And you want to keep the heat inside the house, which that's something I didn't even know about until my brother came back in around
that's crazy
2018 or so. Like low E, I knew it was something, but like I never was curious enough to really figure out what it was until we released, or Solar Guard released a film called Ecolux, which is an actual low E film, to where if you have insulated glass and you want to insulate your home and still get heat rejection, you use this film. It's ungodly expensive, but compared to replacing the glass on your entire house, it's like a quarter of the cost.
Right.
I mean, to replace a full house right now, you're looking at, if you're trying to hit like Anderson renewal, you're looking at 6 figures. I mean, one of our front desk, I've probably said it a million times, unfortunately, but person at our front desk, she got a quote for her house. She only has like 250 square feet and not that many like openings, because we classify, like a customer will say, I have 1 window. Yes, you have 1 opening, but you have 2 panes, because they'll get their estimates and be like, it says I have this many. I don't have that many. It's like, well, you have this many openings, yes, but this many panes. And so then they go, okay, got it. It's like, all right, that's how we look at glass. I think she probably had maybe 12 openings or so to fill, maybe a little bit more. And it was like $111,000.
6 figures,
yeah, $111,000 to replace the glass. Oh, she showed me the quote. I was like, I'm actually kind of happy to see this because it makes it really easy for us to come in and retrofit over replacing. The only reason you'd retrofit is because your seals are completely blown and there's wind blowing into the house, and Tint can't control that. Sorry.
Right.
And that's not under our purview. But if you have the windows are in all good working condition and it's just clear insulated glass, Tint is absolutely an option. it's probably one of your best options, because because you can get into the weeds of it and really say like, all right, if you take out your windows, you're now actually weakening the structure of your house, because now they have to rip away the stucco. They got to rip out the whole window. They got to put a new one in. On some level, that is weakening the structure of that home. And even if you get into buildings, like you get into a couple of multi-story building, it's the exact same thing. And that's where you really push that button for retrofit, is when you get to a property manager and they're looking to either replace all their glass or they're looking to tint it. And then I get to come in, do an energy audit on the whole building, and then also hit them with those facts of saying like, you can either have to do construction on your building, or I can tint your windows for technically a fraction of the cost of what it's gonna cost to replace your windows. And then within, say, 5 to 6 years, here's the energy analysis. In 5 years, it's paid for. And then past that, we get to offer a 15-year warranty on commercial. So 10 years after that, if anything goes bad with the tint, it gets replaced. But now you're just putting money in your pocket every single year.
Gotcha. So what are the benefits? Like I said, I don't know nothing about the film. So what are why would you sell me on the let's say I have a 2013 home, like what's the benefits of having it? Is it like saving energy? Is it just for the look of privacy, or
Well, that's what we would start, is what I would ask. I would start with what problem are you looking to solve? If it is privacy, yes, we have darker films that are going to do that. But then also you have to instantly follow up with that person letting them know, are you looking for privacy during the day or night?
Right.
Day I can solve. Nighttime I can't solve. Right. Nighttime you still need those blinds, you need those drapes, otherwise everyone's going to see what you look like. So you better shut those blinds. So during the day, yes, we have films that provide privacy to where walk around on birthday suit, ain't no one going to see you. Don't matter. Now, say 2013, usually I would say that probably be like, if you're looking for energy efficiency.
Yeah.
After metering that glass, most likely it's still surface 2 coating, and around that time frame, it's probably double silver. And if it is double silver, things that like I continuously am learning stuff too. And running this class this past week, we were lucky enough, or I had the pleasure of having one of the higher ups in Solar Guard that runs the panorama division. And he came, they got to send someone, they sent him to do the class, which I was all about, because I get to pick his brain the entire time too.
Yeah.
I ended up finding out from him, which it's low E coatings, which it makes sense too. He said it. Low E coatings after time are going to slowly start to fail. It's just like ceramic film on cars. Ceramic film on cars is nanoparticles themselves is a coating in the film. It's one of the layers. Coatings all fail over time, no matter what. Coating's going to fail. Exactly.
Heat.
So 2013 coating, most likely that low E coating really isn't doing much anymore, especially 12 years later. So what I would recommend is probably going with a darker dual reflective, and you would get upwards of about 60-something% heat rejection, depending on which way your house faces, on how many glass is on each side. You're looking on average usually about 3 to 5 years on ROI. So I would start there. I'd put the meter on, see where the coating is, start there. If you're not looking to go dark, say you want heavy heat rejection, but you still want your windows to look crystal clear, jump to exterior. Because now we have clear films that we can put on the exterior that still hold up to 68% heat rejection, that are like what we put on windshield, 70%. Won't even notice we did anything, but now you have all the energy savings, and then that has a 10-year warranty now. One plus side of working with Solar Guard is they've heavily invested in exterior films. We don't know it yet, or I say majority of Americans don't know it yet, but where the glass market is going is they're starting to put coatings closer to the inside surface and inside the window itself, because it makes the window more efficient. If you got a coating on surface 4, all your heat retention stays in. And it's only hot in Vegas, 3-4 months, if that. So everyone always eyes, like when it gets hot, that's when everyone gets worried about tint. And it's like, I should do something now.
Right.
We have products that you can do something about where it's getting you energy savings the entire year. They seem more expensive to begin with, like the Ecolux film. One of the best spots it sells is Phoenix, because yes, you get the 115, 120 during the summer, but it's a desert. Temperature falls off in the winter, to where now if I put a film on that's going to keep my heat in, see, like even with that 2013 home, that's even a way that I say that I want it clear, but I'm looking for energy savings year round. I pitch that film, because beyond saving money just in the 4 hot months, now in the months that it's not hot, and still saving money, and in the windows that are getting radiating heat, because the low E itself stops heat radiation. So like if you have a window that's say facing a block wall, doesn't get no sun, but that block wall is getting pelted with sun all day, that heat is reflecting off that wall and radiating in towards your house. With the low E coating or low E film, it's blocking that heat. So now I'm actually protecting your house all the way around, 12 months out of the year, every single day.
That's cool, man. See, like I didn't know about that stuff. Like that's.
And like I said, I've been in this industry now, obviously my whole life. Career-wise, on paper, I can say 21 years, but probably 25 years. I started when I was about 11 years old. Legally, I can say it's 15. But I really started kind of tinting cars and messing around at the shop when I was about 11. That's when my dad would allow me to do certain things. I tinted my first house when I was 14. It was a neighbor down the street from us, and I'm pretty certain my dad never disclosed how old I was. They never asked. And he left me in that house too by myself. He had to go give a consultation, and like he just kind of left, which does, like I look back and shows the level of trust he had in me. Like he knew I knew what I was doing. So like, you know, that you know, looking back on that makes me very happy. But yeah, I remember the exact film. I was putting Autumn Bronze 30 on from, it was a panorama film. And I remember that very clearly because I remember him leaving and me being like, okay, like I'll just kind of keep doing what I'm doing.
I'm just keep doing window by window.
They thought I was 16, so.
Right.
You
No,
know.
that's awesome, bro. That's super cool, man. Super, super cool. So what's your next goal now? Like just keep expanding the educational. Oh, you know what? Let me go back to what you said earlier. The video, seeing you, they feel more like they're connected to you. So that's one of the things I learned from Ryan as well. So back in 22, that's when I really like got into business, you know. 21 was just okay, I'm detailing or paint correction, whatnot. 22, so that's when I really got out of my comfort zone. I went to his seminars, bro. I was scared. You know, I'm these guys, multimillionaires and whatnot. And so one thing that stuck out to me was content. He's like, if someone sees you online or even watches this podcast and we talk all kinds of stuff, right? They're more connected to you now. And so when they go call your phone, hey, is this David? Or hey, is this Ricky? You know, they feel more connected to you. And now they're more than likely going to trust you more because they see you online already and your character. So that was a very good point, man.
Oh, that was definitely something my brother was trying to get us to do for a while. And then like he would be posting a lot of stuff and then it'd fall off. And then it just, because ebbs and flows of business, like you get in a good groove and then you just get super busy. And then all of a sudden it stops. And then it's like you kind of never get back to it. But getting uncomfortable, that was, when you said that, that's the one thing I think of, like, now that we've been working with Ryan now for the past year and a half, we just pretty much re-upped again for him to be our business mentor, which I already, without discussing with my brother or sister, like in my head, like we were doing it no matter what.
Yeah,
like there was no question about it. The growth that we've seen with it, but getting into the content, yeah, it was definitely for just branding purposes and also getting out technical, the word of, hey, you can tint your house. People don't know you can do that. So we want to expand that market. But being uncomfortable, I know I can 100% relate to that, because as we started working with him, first doing the podcast and then just kind of meeting him to begin with, nicest dude in the world. And now I've got to know him even better now working with him. And then the more of the events I went with him, like that's the one thing that I've had to work on myself, is to stop thinking that it's okay to be uncomfortable. Like you should be uncomfortable. You should want to surround yourself. Because he just did a, which I wish I wanted to go to, but it literally fell in the same week that we already planned to do the academy. He just did I think it was like a 3-day golf trip and like a mastermind. I think it was, I want to say 16 people. And I think he even added 4 people to it too, to where you go and it's other just like-minded entrepreneurs, to where it's like, first, yes, you get to go golf, but it's like, you have lunch, you're doing a mastermind group, you have dinner together, like everything, you're together with these guys. It's at the resort. And I told him, I asked him, like, kind of like, I was kind of poking and prodding, like, you know, how much is this going to run and all that stuff. He kind of was throwing pricing at me. And then I was like, all right, next year, because he's like, hey, I got 4. I'd be like, it sold out in the first 48 hours, but I opened up some more spots. I got 2 more spots. And I was like, dude, I'd love to go. I definitely want to go next year, but I want to work on myself some more. So I'm ready for it. And I don't want to say it's the exact words, but paraphrasing that I'd rather be the small fish in the big pond than the big fish in the small pond. And I was just like, damn, you're 100% right. I've heard that analogy and other things too. Like the last time I heard that analogy was like last time I was purchasing my home. I was buying a home in a community where it's like I was just at the point where like, all right, we can pull this off. It's going to be tight for a bit, but I think we can pull this off. And as we're in the design center, I could see like an older couple and what cabinets are standing next to and what granite and all that stuff. And then it kind of clicked in my head. I'm like, this is actually perfect. Yes, we might technically be, I won't say the cheapest people that are purchasing this neighborhood, but I'd rather buy a house in a neighborhood where I know everyone else around me is like, I see what they're buying. Like that's only adding value to where I'm at. That's awesome. Right. And circling back to being the small fish in the big pond is like, no, it's okay to be uncomfortable. And you come to realize the majority of almost all these people are the most open, humble people. And they just want to see other entrepreneurs succeed and grow. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. And I'm very lucky that we stumbled upon and then actually took the leap to do the podcast thing with Pineda. And then that trickled into, I don't know if it's because he saw that we were like, they gave us like, hey, this is what you guys got to do. And like, we executed and we were on top of it. Cause I told my brother and my sister, if we do this, we're going all in. Like, we're not going to half-ass this. We got to see if this is actually going to pay off for us. Yep. The only way to do that is we need to give 3 months of everything we have. We can't cut any corners on this because we got to see if there's like, if this is actually going to be very successful, like then we need to go all in even more, do our own studio, keep going with it. And as we got to know him, and feeling like just because of the way we were operating, because we kind of kept getting that feedback from the person who was handling our account, and then even from his editor, got to meet his editor Justin, also an amazing dude. That like all of a sudden, like as that contract ended, it was like then we got approached by him. Would you guys be interested in doing our one-on-one mentorship? He picks up a couple people a year. Some people he'll retain, or and then he'll take on a new person depending where it is. We meet with him once a month. Obviously, if you're out of state, it's on a Zoom meeting. Since we're in state, and he's technically like 20 minutes away from us.
On the street, bro.
Yeah, we just go down the street. We just go sit down in his conference room. We go over whatever issue we had the previous month, where our next goal was. Did we accomplish it? How far along we were? And we go from there. Like, it was probably the best money we spent. And if we went back, like even my brother said it a couple times, and I agree with him. If 10 years ago you told me how much we were going to pay for our mentor, I would have been like, that's never going to happen. There's no way. That's a damn employee. Like, no way. But man, best money spent.
Best money spent. Like I said, 2022, I had no idea what I was doing, right? I went to that seminar. Cool. I just wrote everything down, picked up on a lot of things he says, and I just did it. I posted where I got to where right now. I took that, started recording. I don't know. I didn't own a camera. I don't know how to edit. I just started doing iPhone and how to go. Cause he was like, we post about 4 times a day on this platform, 4 times a day on this platform, 4 times, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do 1 a day, every single day for 1 year. And, we're gonna circle back to that because a lot of the guys I freaking trying to mentor and all that stuff, well, it's not working out for me for a month.
Can't do that.
Come on, man. And so like for me, I just did the content every single day. Next thing you know, 6 months into it, 1 video blows up, 1.7 million. I started with like 2,000 followers. The next morning I had like 5. The next week I had 10. And it just kept and opened up so much opportunities for me at the shop. Like every year now, Gas Monkey Garage, they're at the shop for SEMA.
That's awesome.
System X, the coding we use. And I didn't never ask, like, because like if I believe in a product and it works, I don't need your money, man. I just want your support back. So I'll do this sweat labor for you, recording and explaining everything. And that relationship just grew. So like System X, freaking, they bring me all the cars for SEMA. And like we have a party every year now for SEMA. Got to meet Richard Wallens, like from Gas Monkey. And like I'll never thought like from social media, just by posting, so many companies started sending me products. Hey, test it out. Can you do a review? Hey, can you do this? Fly from Canada, Costa Rica. I'm just like, what's going on, man? And so like that changed my whole life. And like being uncomfortable now, like what I say to people, like, bro, we've been so comfortable all our life. And one little uncomfortable thing, we go back to the comfortable. No, man, you have to be uncomfortable. I love the pressure, bro. I love like figure out things like me recording. I have a freaking camera now. I record and like it's clockwork for me now. Record, edit, record, edit. I slowed down the last 2 months now on recording and editing because I want to figure out the old videos I was doing. It's not working out no more, right? So we have to adapt. And so now I'm just putting a game plan. All right, well, I want to do more educational, right? And just speak game. Like, I'm not scared to teach you what I know. And, you know, my lady works with me as well. She does all the front office. And sometimes I do, like, freaking show them all the tricks and tips. I was like, and she gets mad at me at times. Like, hey, wow, are you not scared? I was like, no. Why would I be scared? It's even if I told them everything, it's for them to take the action. Are they willing to do that?
Yep.
Are they willing to post every single day? Or not even with social media? Are they willing to, like, I used to come in the shop at 6 a.m, leave 2 a.m, come back, do it again. Are you built for that or not? And so I'm not like, for me, it's just like, I think I want to tap into that world now where it's like, you can do this. I started this business with $2,000 in my account. I left Toyota where I met you with $5,000. I got, I rented out a sublease and they wanted $3,000 for a deposit, whatnot. So I was left with $2,000. I said, if I could do it, you could do it.
Absolutely.
With nothing. I didn't have no investors. Like now, my third year, last year, I was getting approached by like, you know, high net worth people. Hey, you know, I'll give you so much money. Let me get 50% of your business. Now, if I was desperate, I would have taken it, right? But no, I listen to podcasts every single day. Still, I know you. I saw you doing cold plunges on your page.
Yeah,
like Andy Frisella, bro. Like good mentor. If anybody wants to learn and just, it's all here, man. Your mindset, your mentality, how do you see things? And, you know, I want to put that out there.
Yep.
Because I feel like everybody's so soft nowadays, bro. Victim culture, bro.
Dana White said that his kids, you have to be 50% savage and they're going to absolutely destroy everyone. I mean, I look at that for my son too. Yeah. It's like, all you gotta do is if you put the work in, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
You'll be just fine.
And it's like, it's not that hard, right? Like for me, at least, like anything I get into, bro. Now I'm going back into bowling. I just do my 100%. I got 2 balls and freaking bags and just, I go on like golf. I got my whole setup. With everything I do, bro, it's the competitive inside me. I'm going to be the best as I can with this. Whatever, let's say I get into flat glass. I want to be a savage. I don't care how long it takes. I want to be the savage like person because it's going to pay off in the long run. As long as you keep trying and trying, failures, learn from that. Oh, okay, I can't do this way, you know? So pretty cool having that like mentorship as well. Like his name was also David. I met him. You know, he's building an insurance company. He lost 3 business in Cali. You know, whole divorce thing, whatnot, whatever. Yeah. And yeah, this guy would just challenge me with every position I take. Like, oh, well, what about, it's because you're not in the automotive industry. X, Y, and Z. And he's like, no, X, Y, and Z. This works for me, so why can't I work for you? And before I was so like close-minded, like, because, you know, you think your ego, you know everything about your window tinting, your cars. No, man, like business is business. Your problems in your third year, I'm dealing with it now, right? Like it's a bracket too, bro. You know, that's how I feel. Like patience too. I had to learn patience because I'm like, well, why is it not working? I see these guys. That's why I don't really go on like social media anymore and like look at other shops because it's like, you know, that's not what's happening.
Yeah, no. We try to portray that as much as possible, but still, it's not. I mean, I guess you have to have a camera follow around 24/7, just live stream. But
right,
yeah, it's not. Yeah, absolutely.
You're right, and like it makes you feel some type of way as well. It's like, oh wait, what am I doing wrong? So it just buckle down, worry about yourself, control what you control, and you'll be good. You'll be okay. No,
one thing I heard you say, you said, with your failures, it's not a failure as long as you're willing to try one more time.
Yep. One more time.
Yep.
Who says that?
I heard it from David Goggins.
David Goggins. Hey, one more time. That's
His
it.
second book, at the end of his second book, he goes into a quote, the ghostwriter, it's not really a ghostwriter because it's actually front facing who the guy is, but that's the guy who reads the book. At the end of it, he goes into a passage. When I heard that passage and him say, like, if it's not a failure, if you're willing to try one more time, I was just like, I looked at my wife, I was like, all right, I know which tattoo I want to get now. So, and as soon as I got stuck in my brain, I'm like, I'm putting that on my body.
You know who says that too? Ed Milet.
Yep.
Just one more time. You want to do 20 reps? Do 11. Because it's going to compound over the years. Let's just, you just said one more time each day. That's 365 days. Right? It compounds, and that's what people don't understand.
Oh, it's like you said, it's the people that are going to action it that'll actually take advantage of it and actually grow. I mean, Kobe's a prime example of it. Everyone was practicing, but they weren't doing what he was doing. He'd get up at 4 a.m, practice, rest, practice, rest, practice. He had four sessions in while you got your 2 in. Do that over a year. He's a year ahead of you. Do that over 5 years, you'll never catch him.
Never.
So I can divulge all of my secret tips and tricks. It doesn't matter. If you don't action them, I'm still going to action them.
Right.
I'm going to keep going the route I'm going on, and I'm going to keep trying to grow as much as I possibly can. And even if it's by 0.5% or percent a day, that's all I care about. Right. As long as there is a small little bit of growth, it's like laying paint. It's like keep layering the layers of paint. Eventually, that's going to be a mound of paint. It's going to take some time. Right. But as long as you keep consistent, that is the biggest thing, consistency. Don't stop. Like with the cold plunge thing, like I was very consistent last year. And it was as soon as I started my training, I got into ultra marathons. And same thing, it was at first it's trying to run a marathon, and then I stumbled into ultras, and now it's just more likely the limits of your mind are endless, and it opened that door to that. And now I would say that's what I chase now, is because the only way to get the, I guess, adrenaline and euphoric dump that I get from ultras is when I'm either going after a distance past, I'd say 50 miles. Because I've only done past 50 miles probably 10 times in my life. Yeah. But I've done 104 times. And it's the same thing. The way I feel at the end of those races, like the belt buckles and all that are cool, but I'm chasing that feeling. Yeah. And the only way I can get that feeling is I got to train for 4 to 6 months to prepare myself, which I technically don't have to, but I actually want to be useful after my race. Like I don't want to be just useful for a month. That it's like when I finally go do those races, the ups and downs to those races where it's there are times that you're just like, I'm done. And then like 5 minutes later, you'd be like, I feel great. I'm running so good right now. And then you get to the next part where you're like, why am I doing this? This is so stupid. But like those mental challenges, you just have to be consistent and just keep putting the work in. Right.
It's a win. Actually, cold plunging changed my life.
Oh, it's amazing.
I used to drink 300 drinks a day.
I'm still trying not to. I would say I don't have 3. I minimally have 2 there, but there, like last week that was the one kind of feedback I got from some of the people at the academy. Like, dude, you crush caffeine. And I was like, this has been a hell of a week. So this isn't my norm. I'll have my caffeine pre-workout in the morning before that's my routine in the morning. And then I try to keep to the fact if I am kind of running on empty by the end of the day, I'll have like a bang, which I do need. That's something I do need to work on myself, and I need to get rid of that because I'm back to I cold plunge every day.
Energy though in the morning.
Oh,
and then hit the gym. Oh, that changed my because like look, from 8, fresh bang, 12, fresh bang, 6 p.m. fresh bang because I was by myself. Yeah, right. It's just me and my lady, and the work has to get done. Yeah, customers picking up the next day. Yeah, and like I said, I just hunker down, put my headphones on, listen to PBD. You know, if I want to do a little bit more funnier content, because like it gets overwhelming with all the politics, the business, and what's going on. I'll listen to Flagrant, Andrew Schultz, Mr. Joe Rogan, the GOAT, you know? And so it's like, that's going to like relieve my mind a little bit. But yeah, bro, when I started doing cold plunging, I didn't drink any drink. Like, I just felt that. But I stuck to it, right? My first time getting in there, 30 seconds, I'm like, what the heck? Get out. Little wussy, right? Second day, I'm like, okay, control your breathing. Did a minute. From then, it was good. I need to get back into it. But it's all mindset, man. You can do it. Like a lot of people just like so scared to try new things or scared to what people are going to say. Yeah. For the longest, bro, I didn't want to be in camera. I didn't know, like, English wasn't my first language. I was born in the Philippines, came here in 2005. I didn't really learn the proper English, single mom, bad neighborhood. So it's like me being even right now, bro, me doing this is like, whew. But no, I'm chilling now, because it's like overcoming that fear is a little win. All we need is a little win throughout the day, just keep that momentum going. Because as soon as that momentum crash, you're in a rut again. Like, oh, you don't know what to do. Like, oh man, all the pressure, the anxiety, like the doubts, like, am I gonna make it? Or what's going on with today? Well, how come we haven't booked anybody today? Nope. Positive attitude every day. Keep pushing away.
You look at those times when you say, I haven't booked them today. So what could you be doing or working on that when there are the busy times, it's like, oh, I need to get all this done, but I'm just too busy. Right. Those are the times that those things should be working on.
Look at your numbers in marketing.
Yep.
A and B testing. Your videos. I'm weird, bro. Like, I cannot, like, when I'm slow, bro, when there's no fire, like where there's no pressure, I lose it, bro. Like, I'll try to edit a video at the shop. I'll get up, go to the bathroom. I'll see something in the shop, get distracted.
Yep.
So now, bro, I edit in my car, closed off, no one talking to me, just me and my headphones, just in there, just focus, bro. Like it's just crazy that, like, I don't know, your mind is so powerful.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
you gotta just tap into that,
hit that flow state. No, same thing. Like, I have an office back up in the front where usually that's where I sit, and that's obviously where I work most of the time. But like, our hallway is under construction stuff, so I started coming back here, and I actually really enjoyed the fact, like, back here I feel detached from everything. Like, up in my office, all of a sudden I hear Ricky. I'm like, I'm not here. Yeah. I'm not here. Leave me alone. And there are certain times where I will come in, say, like on a Saturday, or certain days where I'll walk in and I'll just tell everyone, like, I don't care who's calling, I'm not here. I have to focus for the next 3 hours and kind of be left alone. Yep. Unless there is something literally on fire. Yeah. It can wait. Right. And they'll know certain situations. That's where it's like, if they do come in, it's like, damn, this isn't good. So, if I know if you're coming in here, like, something bad just happened. Something just broke. I got to figure out how much it's going to cost us, and then just kind of go from there. It is what it is. But yeah, no, finding a place or finding a set rhythm, and then having, like, even like in the mornings, like, I finally, like, I got my routine down in the morning. If anything, that's the biggest thing, is getting a routine down and finding out where that routine is, and stick to it. Like,
stick to it.
And that's probably one of the reasons why I haven't gotten away from technically caffeine, because I have ventured off and tried doing just the mushroom supplements, cordyceps and stuff like that. And it worked, but for me, like, when I get up in the morning, because if I have a long training, I get up like 3 a.m. Cold plunge, that wakes you up like damn instantly.
Crazy.
But with these races, I have to time my stomach, because if I'm out on a 60 or 100 mile race, you only hit aid stations every 4 miles. And yes, I can shit in the woods, but I prefer not to. I've tried to avoid that avidly, and I've been pretty good at it, knock on wood. I have yet to have to do it in a race. Once or twice out on a training run where I timed things badly, or didn't realize, like, I actually felt like I had to go. I was just at a restroom or rest area. So I just went and did it. And, I paid the price for that and lost to soccer too. It happens. But like, during the races, that's the one thing I've actually gotten to realize is, like, every time I've done one of these races is pulling from, all right, these are the areas I succeed in. These are the areas I need to work on. But like with caffeine, I know that as soon as I have like a hit of 200 milligrams caffeine in the morning, it's like I drink that and I know I got to get in the cold plunge right then. So I showered the night before. I don't want to screw with my water. I got to get in that cold plunge right then, because if I wait too long after I drink that 200 milligrams of caffeine, I'm going to have to shower and then get back in the cold plunge and keep my water clean. Right. So if anything, I use that as the crutch to kickstart my stomach. Usually if I have a huge dump of caffeine in the morning, and I try to get it obviously as pure supplements as I possibly can, do what I can. But no, that was another reason why I did pick up cold plunging, was the extreme excessive amount of caffeine that I was taking. And then I went from Bang energy drinks. I tried to cut it down to C4. I'm like, all right, it's 200 milligrams, not 300. But if you have 3 of those, it still equals 2 bangs. So, I still drink them. It's not 3. But the good thing is now when I'm actually back on the consistency thing, where it's like, if I do have one, I have one in the day. And then if it's a day that I don't have one, and also if it passes like 12, 1 o'clock, it's like, I'll go for it and be like, no, because I know this is going to screw with my sleep. Yeah. So, but the days that I am consistent where it's not overloading on it, it's nice to have. Because when you do have that 300, say it is, say 1 o'clock and you got work stacked up, it's like, yo, this is going to be a late night. I'm going to have this. And then all of a sudden that 300 milligrams actually hits you like it's supposed to hit you.
Right.
And then you are wide awake and focused.
Right.
You know? So you said your mom, I want to get back to you real quick.
Yeah.
So with the business, because that's actually like, you kind of like grazed over it. And like, that is one hell of a way to stumble into a business, taking your mom's vehicle out and then brushing up all the black paint and then realizing, hey, hold on, $2,500 to do this. And it's like, I can build an engine. I could run a polisher and then get into that. And so that's what sparked it. That's what sparked detailing.
That's it. I've never detailed. So like, look, we're gonna get into this. This is fun. This is like, I love telling the story just because like, man, I started doing engine swap when I was 15. Went to a tech school out here, Southwest. Went to UTI, Universal Technical Institute, auto diesel. Chose Volvo as a program. And honestly, man, like after 3 years at the dealership, I was just hating my life, bro. Like the pay wasn't good. It's like, how is the service advisors and the salespeople making more than me, right? And I'm just trying to find new ways. But, dealership is a boomerang, bro. You know how it is a dealership. Freedom. You do whatever heck you want, right? And a lot of times I left. I went to HVAC company, one of the HVAC company. Boy, that's talk about like feeling bad. I have a good heart, bro. I don't want to screw any. They train you to sell and break their stuff because how much do you know about HVAC? If it's hot, it's not blowing. Oh, you have a C's compressor. It's just a $4 battery. It's just a capacitor. So I quit that job. So I went back to the dealership. Like I said, boomerang. This is all our problems in most of our problems in the tech world where, like we want to get out. It's just, we can't, we can, but you got to find that stuff where I found it. So long story short, brand new 2020 Toyota Sequoia TRD, bro, $90,000 truck, bro. $90,000. And and I'm cool with the off-road guys. And I was like, I remember this trail. We can go there. Went there and it was just, I wish I still have, I think my boys have the video. And we get out of the truck. Oh, it's not too bad. We just run it to the wash. It's just whatever, right? The next day, bro, dude, that thing was so bad. And went to a shop. How much is this? $2,500 just to polish the sides. I was like, there's no way I'm paying that. Like, there's just no way. I built a SEMA car before. We did our own paint on that. I just, I never really polished car. Went to chemical guys and got their polisher and whatnot. I spent $500, polisher compound, did it 4 hours. And then next thing you know, it looks great. So the next day, since I have the tools now, salespeople like to have nice cars. Hey, can I do your car for free? I did a phenomenal job. I was like, oh, this is easy, bro. This is so easy. I was like, cool. And then next thing you know, I said, hey, David just did my car. You should hit him up. Did the next one for $500. The third one, 4Runner. Oh, it's a little bit bigger, bro. I need more compound, more coating. $800. It got to the point where, so I used to work as an advisor. I used to get in there at 6 in the morning, leave there at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Just hated my life. I was just like, dude, what am I doing? And so I started calling off. And I would do the cars at my old teacher's house. He didn't charge me rent, anything like that. And then on my days off at the dealership, I used to do the cars there. And so that happened within 6 months. That 6-month period, I had 10 clients that wanted to do the services. And, I started asking friends around, hey, do you know anybody that would lease me a shop? And mind you, I didn't know anything about business. Entrepreneurship, what is that?
Yeah.
And so I found a place 5 minutes away from where we're at right now. He was a bike shop, DD Designs. Cool dude, gave me an opportunity. And he was like cold-blooded, just a businessman. And I kind of got some of his traits being around him. It's like, there is like, you have to be business. There's no friends. You know what I mean? And so now he actually respects me so much more now. He opens it up. He shares his ideas with me now and everything like that. So going back to that, I had $5,000 in my account. Freaking, he's like, I need 3, and then $2,000 a month for rent. Insurance is covered. Everything's covered. I was like, well, this is a good deal. I need like 2 cars to pay the rent, and the rest is profit. And next thing you know, just start doing $10K a month. But also that first year, I learned so much about like mistakes, the credit card, the Amex, because I had an 800 credit score. So I got approved for $100K. I bought polishers, the lights, everything. This was OG. This is the OG brand, right? I bought uniforms. I was like, oh. And I didn't know the terms because it's 0% 12 months. But in fine print, it's only up to $5K.
Oh.
So anything you spend over that $5K, you have to pay next month, right? That's how Amex, like.
Yeah, that's how our charge card works too.
And so that was my first big mistake and lesson. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, hey, Mom, can I borrow like $10K? I know, like it's a lot, but I can return to you. Like, look, I did $15K this month, but I had to pay other bills, like, the house we were staying at. And I live frugal till now. From when I started the business, I had 4 roommates. My rent was only $750. I still drive my old BMW 328i. I do all my work in there. Like, I live very, very frugal because I was just all about the business. how much did I spend with Grant Cardone? I needed to learn sales.
Yep.
Went with him, Ryan's events, and met so many cool people there. But and just that's it, man. So from that sublease till last year, I didn't know I was getting kicked out, or he needed the spot back. And I was in the position where, like, I knew I wanted to leave that shop to expand, but I didn't know it was going to be that soon. And you know how it is for commercial real estate or for automotive real estate, like trying to find a place. It's super hard. Mm-hmm. And, good thing I saved my money during that 1 year at subleasing with him. And then last year, that's when we built this current shop. And man, oh man, it's been a journey. The ups and downs and the economy last year, and like, holy crap, how are we gonna get out of this? Because you saw the shop on the video. Yeah. I went all out because, like, for me, like, I'm a risk taker.
Oh, do it right the first time, and then not have to go back again. We've learned that over and over again, unfortunately. But it's like, it's a lesson you learn. It's like, I'd rather wait to implement and do something if that means that we're going to go over the top and pay for what. Like, I don't want to buy things over and over again.
Right.
That was the biggest holdback for doing all this, is my brother would keep telling me about it. Like, he is about 3 years prior to when we started. He kept telling me, you do podcasts, you do podcasts. And I was like, all right, give me the framework of how we're going to do this. Like,
structure it.
Yeah. Like, it didn't even have to be that detailed. It had been so much of the fact of, like, just how much are the cameras? Mm-hmm. How much are the mics? What equipment do we need even? Like, right. Give me some pricing, and like, I'm all for it. I'm game, but like, I'm already tapped out on what I'm doing right now. I can't put any time into researching into this stuff, which in hindsight, I wish I would have. It is what it is. But, we eventually got it going, and that was the only thing that kind of held us up. That's why when I saw the opportunity from Pineda, I was like, absolutely, vetted it out, and it worked out great for us. He ended up shutting that down within, I think, like 6 months. Only because it just was it's a business venture. Yeah. Try it out. It wasn't doing what it was taking too much.
Expected.
Yeah, it was taking too much time. I think the overhead employees or whatever, that's just me all speculating.
Yeah.
But it just was one of those things where it wasn't a net benefit for him. So he shut it down. He even offered for us too to, like, hey, well, we still, I think, had like 3 months of our contract left. And it's like literally 2 weeks after, like, they were like, all right, so we're done with their first go. You guys want to keep it going? We can do like a 6-month contract. We negotiated kind of what we were going to get out of it, like, signed it. And like the next week we got an email from his team and like a video from him explaining kind of why they were shutting it down. And like, we can do a year long, pretty much not like one-on-one mentorship, but year round where you get access to his events and all this stuff. And we were like, no.
WealthCon, all that stuff.
And we shut it down. We were like, We appreciate it, but like our big use right now is your studio, and we want to keep using it until we finish building our stuff out. So we wrote that contract out, and then that's why at the end of it, he offered the one-on-one mentorship, which we leveraged that even a little bit too, saying like, yeah, we're definitely want to do it, but we're still building out our area right now. Do we still get access to the studio?
Right.
And he was like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one trait from Ryan that is like, we learned very quickly. If you are a customer of his, technically, if anything does go wrong or something gets messed up, he goes above and beyond to make sure that he is always taking care of his customers.
Make it right.
He goes above and beyond in that approach. So and then also that relates to business though too. It's like you always take care of your customer.
Always, man.
It doesn't matter what it costs.
Always
Take care of your customer. It's going to pay off in the long run, no matter what. You don't want that negative relationship to spawn, because that just spreads like wildfire.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's just like we figured out what the cameras were, and it was thankful we get to go to him, and it was like, what do we buy? Because at first we're like, what do we think about buying this? And Justin was like, no. What that thing records in, you don't have the storage capacity, nor do you want the storage capacity. And the computer you're going to need to actually edit this stuff,
it's going to overheat, the battery life and all that stuff. And yeah, I got a Sony ZV E10. That's all I shoot my content with, and been working good. Battery life is but yeah, man, like first year of business, I did everything. I did calling the clients, building out the quote, did the work. I still do the bookkeeping till today. I recorded the video. I edited the video. Everything. So now the second with this shop, I'm grateful for, the support system I have. My girl, I told her this year we're gonna quit. Like you're gonna quit your full-time job and you're gonna be in the front office. I'm gonna teach you everything I know about, selling the client, and like, it's not even selling, it's education.
Yep.
That's it. Like for me, like every client that I get, do you know, have you had window tint film before? Have you had ceramic coating before? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? Take those mental notes, right? And if they had a bad experience, make sure you deliver on that.
Yep.
And, paint is very hard. Yeah. And we get a call, hey, yeah, I have a brand new car. It's perfect. Can I get a quote? Well, can we test your paint? Can we see the condition? I said, no cars is perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. The car's not perfect. I said, I actually used to work at the dealership. I see how these cars get treated by the detailers. and I don't even like, I won't bend for that, because nowadays, from what I'm noticing from 2021 and up, vehicles, low paint.
Oh, the paint's terrible. Like that's one of criteria when a car gets checked in for doing paint protection or over tint the window. Same thing with glass. We gotta go up. Like my guys will catch scratches on glass. We'll go up to the customer. Hey, just let you know. Well, I just bought it. Okay. Yeah. And I'm letting you. They did an inspection. I'm like, yeah. You think they did that detail of an inspection? Yeah, that 127-point inspection. Sure. They're not looking at the glass the way we're looking at it. They're not looking at your paint the way you're looking at it. Exactly. Like I'm getting underneath your vehicle, and I can tell you right now, this paint looks thin. I can see through it.
The gauge too. You know what I mean? Like I have a paint correction gauge. It reads from the metal to the base, or from the primer, base, and clear coat.
How does it do that?
So
I'm very curious right now.
It's 3. So your average paint, like brand new, like factory, or it's 6.5 mils, and like your minimum, I like to correct, like I won't go lower than 3 mils, because like that's like very, very thin. I'll send you a link for it.
Okay.
But it shows you if it's been repainted, second layer of paint. If there's freaking Bondo in there, it'll give you an alert. Thick layer of putty, thin layer of putty. So every car we touch, or not every car, because tint, we don't do that, but for paint correction or PPF, you're with me in the shop or outside going. And they get mad at me, bro. Why is my paint so thin? It's just from factory. I don't know. This is like, and I go to our neighbor's car here, a 2013, 5 mils.
Nice and thick.
Nice and thick, right? And so like, yeah, being just very transparent with your client, educate them. Like, it's not just all about the money. It's not. Yep. It's because like, just like, what I love about my job, especially black cars, and I send videos throughout the whole job, the 50/50s, all the swirls, and then just
Gloss.
And like till today. And then this is one of the things I learned from the dealership. Actually, I work for the Finley Group. We were actually one of the first people who implemented this. Is record from the back of the car while it's in the lift. You see the license plate. This is your target. This is your brake measurement. Now we're doing your oil. So I just transfer that to my business, and it's been working out so great because like also too it saves your ass. Like say, oh that wasn't there before.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, look, this is the fresh wash, and I usually go over the car, point out the things that I see, and set expectation. Then once a little deeper line, you can figure it with your fingernail. I can just like make it. You won't able to see it, but you're gonna tell there's a little line there. 9 out of 10, bro. They're not even gonna notice it.
Yep.
But still, throw it out there. Get that. Like, what is it? Transparency.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Oh no, yeah. With us when we adapted going digital with all of our CRMs. First one was with Tint. Every vehicle that gets pulled in, we get a picture of every side, no matter what. It was first 4 sides, and then I said, all right, I want 8 pictures. I want the corners and I want the sides. And then depending on how they're parked, sometimes they might rush through every once in a while, where it's like I'm going to look at a picture and it's blurry. I'm like, guys, we're obviously fixing this guy's paint, because I am not going to sit there and argue with the customer if I don't have blatant evidence of showing, like, sir, your paint was like this to begin with. Mm-hmm. Which I just realized I just got this new toy.
Yep, Meta.
So the other day, I was thinking about it, and I was trying to figure out a more streamlined way for them to, get the video off the vehicles or get photos off the vehicles. And I thought about it. I'm like, I'm going to get 2 pairs of these glasses. You guys are going to walk out. You're going to hit record. You're just going to walk around the entire vehicle as you're recording. And if you see something, you're going to walk up and point, walk away. Yep. It's going to automatically transfer into the iPad, and then it's stamped date and time. Only thing you need to do is to put a picture of the VIN number into the program so we can do our warranty stuff. Yep. And if anything ever pops up, it's going to be stored in the cloud. I'll be able to go back to the date and time that we did it and be able to find the car. It won't be that hard to backtrack, because the only reason why we have those photos is technically it's to cover our ass.
Yeah, of course.
It's to make sure that if my guys did something, I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to pay for it. I'm never going to argue with my customer about that. But at the same time, unfortunately, there are the people out there that are like, well, that wasn't there. And like, oh, zoom in. Wasn't, huh? Oh, I've never seen it before. I'm so sorry. And it's like, hey, it happens,
Right.
Most part, those people.
My radio stopped working.
Yeah. I've gotten that one a couple times.
Oh,
but
great,
I mean,
man.
Those are all the things where it's like all those lessons of either burnt dashes or like frying someone's electrical components in the front end of the vehicle, all adapted new SOPs. Like all my auto guys know, soak rope in the bottom of the windshield, cover the windshield. If you do all those steps, and if you notice it's being over soaked, switch it out. You do all those and something happens, shit happens. The shop takes care of it. I don't press my guys for it.
Right.
Now you skip one of those steps, you're paying for it.
Yep.
Because you know better now. You've signed the paperwork. I've told you. Like, I don't know what to tell you past that.
How do you deal with comebacks?
Usually the guy who does the install, he's the one who's redoing it. He doesn't get paid for it, obviously, to redo it.
Charging them on film?
No, usually not. We are, I would say, a pretty lax shop in that
Nice.
aspect. It really depends on where they're at in their career.
Yeah.
If it's a new guy that just switched to commission, I'm not trying to penny pinch you. I want you to get better. But also, I'm going to let you know, like, hey, next time, don't try to, like, I don't care if you scrap the piece while it's in here. I'd rather go up to the customer and tell them, hey, your car's taking a little longer than it's inspected. We noticed something in the window that we didn't like. It's below our standard. We're going to replace it. Customer respects that 10 out of 10. Yes, they might get flustered, but in the long run, they're very happy. Now, if you try to squeeze something out and send the car out, and then the customer notices, they now have to come back. Then now they're pissed. The window's bad. Now they got to take more time out of a different day, and that's the biggest thing that they care about is it's the time. Yeah,
we're like this every single day. Yep. Everybody's busy. Mm-hmm. Everybody has their own life going on, and that's the one thing like I respect about like our shop as well. Is like we tell them exactly, hey, with the videos throughout the whole way. Like I'm crazy with that thing. Like I'm just recording. Hey, look, we just did your 4 sides. Now we're on the windshield. give us like another hour, an hour and a half. So they know exactly what's going on. And also too, the buffer time, right? Like 2 to 3 hours on our regular cars. Now, if you have a Cybertruck, maybe we say a whole day for us.
Yeah. Oh no.
Right.
I usually I try to get a customers to leave their cars, period.
Yeah.
If they don't have a time, are you dropping off? Yep. Okay. All right. It'll be ready by the end of the day. If I get zero pushback on that, I leave it at that. You'll get customers to say, hey, you know, how long is it going to take? We'll tell people 4 to 5 hours and extreme overkill.
4 to 5. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'd rather have my hands on it. And we used to get pushback on that. I'd say after the whole pandemic shutdown, that doesn't happen anymore.
No.
Before that, it was like, I want my car back in 2 or 3 hours. And yeah. And we had to be a lot more on top of when we were placing cars on the schedule. Now it's like, I'll tell my people, like, every hour on the hour, you can put a car if someone needs it back within a time frame. Just make sure you notate it, let the manager know. And we'll make sure that car is taken priority. If we get someone who says, dude, I'm dropping my car off at 9, I'll pick it up at 5, I do not care. Which sometimes those customers will call 2 hours later. Is it almost done? It's like, dude, you told me I had it for the whole day. Like,
right.
Come on now.
Right.
And which that still is on my people to make sure they set the expectation with letting them know, like, is there a certain time you need the vehicle back by? No? Okay. All right. So the process, we can take it in, pull in the back, and I will tell our customers, it usually takes probably about 2 to 3 hours to tint, but we like putting our vehicles in the sun, let the sun react to the film. And if we have to do anything else past that, we pull it back into the shop and retouch. Or if we do notice something we don't like, we like having that extra time already built in because we have our quality standards. And sometimes we see stuff in the shop. Sometimes we don't see it until it gets outside.
Right.
And we got to pull it back in, and we don't want to delay it.
Hitting it in certain angles. Yeah, no, man. This is great, man. So one more thing before, I know I want to respect your time.
Yeah.
I guess what's like your biggest advice for me as a younger guy who's fairly new into the industry? Like, what would you give me as advice for the next 5 years of this journey?
Yeah, that's a tough one for the sole fact you're pretty much hitting everything right on the head at the moment. I would say I wish I would have started developing SOPs a lot earlier before I expanded. Make sure you have those dialed in, and don't get caught up in having them perfect, because they're never going to be perfect.
It's always going to change.
Always going to change. And then also when you go to make the leap of bringing other people on, give them room to fail. They're going to fail. You got to remember your journey coming up, how many times you had failed. Stick to those things. Keep doing your content thing. And then the fact that you're already investing in yourself, like you're already leaps and bounds ahead of, I would say, where we were in our infancy. It took us, up until unfortunately where my dad passed and I started running the business, and I was already started making the push beyond that, or before that, was we were always investing in tools or new equipment and stuff like that, and never really invested inward. We never took the time to go to, say, like a leadership summit. Like, I've been to Jocko Willink's muster twice. And when I went to go the second time, still my mom's like, why are you going? You already went to it once. I'm like, yeah, okay, you don't understand. Like, I can only soak up so much information the first time. And like going to the first one to going to the second one, it was kind of the same presentation, but I gained so much more from the second one because I had already processed it once, and then going to process it again, I was like, I missed so much that went over the top of my head. And like, I look forward, I want to go do that again. Yeah. I'm trying to, we were already doing it. I need to be more on top of it, sending my guys off to training, because training in-house is much different than training outside of it. Because when you're out, if you're going to someone's training seminar, you're not worried about, like, all of a sudden you get like a couple extra cars. You have that resource of like, hey, pause for a second. We got to go do this car over here.
Right.
So I would just keep investing inward. I would say that'd be the biggest piece of advice. Nice. It's either leadership, sales, content. Surround yourself with those people.
Always, bro. I've cut so many people off.
Oh, be okay with being the small fish in the big pond. Like, because all those guys were at that point. Like, when Ryan responded back to me with that, and it was just like, don't worry about it. Like, these are the people you want to be around. I'm like, yes, you're not wrong. You're 100% not wrong. But yeah, man, you're already, like I said, you're light years ahead of where we were at that time. And I would say stay the course. The content. For us, this is technically something I would say on the new. We've only been doing it for the past 2.5, 3 years. Yeah. And like, I would say doing it like religiously the last 2 years. And now it's, like I said, when I converted him, I told him, like, all right, I'm converting you. but I want 4 pieces of content a day.
Yep.
And then after we get stable with that, I'm going to press for more, and let's see how far we can take this. And thankfully, with all the AI tools and stuff, you're now being able to take someone who can do their job efficiently and make them even that more efficient, to where you're able to get more, not say like squeeze more out of them, but they're able to do more because of the tools that are now provided. It's like,
sure,
they'll come to me like, hey, can I subscribe to this one thing? It's this much a month, and he'll explain to me what it's about. I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
absolutely.
As long as we're like, you're gonna actually use it.
Yeah, as long as you, absolutely, as long as it's implemented.
Give me a game plan.
Yes.
Like, all right, you want, like, for me at the shop, and I think like all these tools that we have now is so cheap. I came from Snap-on background.
Yeah.
$40,000 of tools. So for me, like my tint guys in PPF, they have both their cards separated. What do you need?
Yep.
All that's in there. I want no excuse for you not to be able to do one car, or a job. I want everything you need. So that way, like, there's no, I don't have this tool.
Yeah.
Same thing with my PPF guys. And like, I'm always buying. I love tools. Like, I'm just like, ooh, what's this new thing? Like, I'm starting to follow, what is it, Mike Nord?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to get into PPF.
Oh, whereas actually I walked in I was wearing I have his vest.
Yeah.
He actually randomly, I got one at one of the events. I don't know if it was a surplus inventory, but one was in every single bag. He was sponsoring the event too. So it makes sense though. You put your product out to let people use it, and then it's either you get the feedback or now you have repeat customers coming back. So I used it. It was his first generation of his vest. It was great. I wish the back had some netting in it. All of a sudden, the second generation comes out.
It has netting.
The back has netting in it.
Yep.
It definitely cooled things off of it. But like, he just all of a sudden randomly like hit me up and actually hit him up and said, "Can I get you guys' logo?" And he just sent us 4. Like randomly, it sent us 4 with our logo pressed onto it. Sent me some of his little OFAs. I've been hounding him because I keep seeing those shorts and pants.
Yeah.
I'm like, where can I buy those? And they're still in prototype phase. I was like, if you need someone to beta test,
Right.
I'm your man.
All the little
32. Yeah, I'm size 32. I've got no problem. Like that to me is genius. I mean, we have Mike's. We have his table. His arrow blade. As soon as he came out with his arrow blade, I bought one instantly. Yeah. I was like, that thing is just like it makes the most sense in the world. You're able to teach someone to edge cut without the worry of an OFA slipping into someone's paint.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
And the gap is like
constant.
Yeah. It's like
I love people like him. Nick from Fusion Tools. Mm-hmm. Even the guy Tony Smith, people with 3D printers and stuff. Like, you need innovation. You need people,
innovators, bro.
Yeah, you need people pressing each other.
Yeah.
I mean, even when it comes to the spray systems, we have True Spray.
Yeah.
And I have Tint Buster. I have both. They're sitting right next to each other right now.
My guy loves his backpack.
Oh, dude,
he loves it.
Active Pack.
Hold on. Active Pack?
Active Pack. Okay. Some people understand what I'm saying. But yeah, no, to have both, they both have their uses. They both feel different when you're wearing them too. And in my eyes, I'm using both of them for different types of jobs depending on what I'm trying to get done. And then because there's 2 people in the space, they're constantly pushing each other to innovate and like, what's the next thing that's going to be the next product for that? Like, I mean, we actually had Elu in here this past weekend, the guy who came out with the Tint Buster. He'd been hitting me up or letting me know for a couple of years, like whenever, because I could tell him, like, we're going to do this. He goes, you tell me when it's happening. I want to be trained by you. And I was like, all right. So when he came out, me and him were talking, and I love the fact that they're practically, it's the same thing. It's a water pump. Neither of them invented, like, he had a shirt that says, I didn't invent the water pump. I forget what the wording on it was, but I read the shirt and I was like, dude, that's perfect. You're taking something or technology that's already been used in another aspect, but then you're using it for our industry.
Yep.
And the fact that there's 2 of you guys are going to keep pressing each other. And then like I've saw it's only in prototype phase, but he has another like wheel around like pack case that he's already told me he's going to send me the tool list. He goes, dude, go buy a Stanley. I'll send you the tool list. You build it yourself. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. Or you can you can just finish it and then I can buy it from you. I've got no problem buying it from you.
Right.
But it holds 2 different bladders. You put 2 different pumps in it, and it's just like, it's perfect. You can mix up your slip solutions to where
Tack and slip.
Oh, when I saw him walking around, one of the competitions, like, dude, what the hell is that? And he started showing me. It's got a TSA lock on it and everything. So if you are a mobile guy or if you're a subcontractor who's going from place to place, pack all your tools in it, lock it up, check it underneath the plane, go to your next.
That's cool.
And it's like, I absolutely love that there's 2 guys, because if you only have one, that person's never going to be pressed.
Right.
There has to be competition.
Competition
to press each
better.
other. Oh,
even better.
Absolutely. I absolutely love it. Well, I think that's actually probably a good spot to wrap it up. We definitely have to have you back on. We'll get my brother on too.
Yeah.
And we'll chop it up again. Dude. But like, it's crazy to see something as simple as I took my mom's vehicle out, ran it through some bushes, which I ended up finding out when I bought my truck, because that's called desert pinstriping.
Yep.
Yeah.
Desert pinstriping.
I had no clue until I bought my truck, where the guy pulled up to the shop. He drove it in from Utah, and then he pulled up. I'm like, man, this thing's all scratched up. And then I went back and read the description, and then it clicked in my head. I'm like, no, he told me. I'm just an idiot. And which it didn't matter for me. All I cared about was the mileage on it. It was 4-wheel drive, and it was Tacoma. That's all I cared about.
That's it.
And I was like, okay, it clicks. So now I finally realized what that was. But the fact that you went through that experience, and then they told you a price, and you're like, oh, hell no.
Right.
I could do this, and then go get the polisher and do it. It just goes to show you that, like, anyone can pick up a trade. It's about where do you want to take it? And then like you just went straight into it.
No worries at all. I didn't know nothing about business. And then I figured out, I didn't even know how to detail. I just knew how to prep the cars, the outside clay bar and the iron. And so funny, man. It's so funny because now they want the interior to be like, I don't like shipping out the cars where they have dirty interior. I want you to go in there like how we have a fresh cut, feeling like a man, you know, like just in there. And so when they get in, it's all clean too. So that's how I developed the detailing side. It's like, okay, I'm already prepping the car. Let me just learn a few tricks. And because they're not expecting it. They're not paying for the service. Like, well, they are paying for the paint crush and ceramic coating, but they don't know that I'm doing the inside as well.
Yeah.
And the engine bay. And so now when they pick up the car, like engine bay is clean, all interior is clean. And they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you were going to do that. Like for me, that was a value to them. But for me, I was practicing.
That's smart though. That's what I'm saying. Like you're asking for advice. I mean, just keep doing what you're doing. That's genius because you're value adding to your customer to where now your customer is all about it. And then also in your mind, you're like, yeah, I value add this because this is a free add-on and I'm getting my practice reps in right now. Price will come soon. Yes. But you want to develop knowing that you are actually able to deliver on the value. I mean,
feedback.
The first class we ran through the academy, all you had to do is get yourself here.
Yep.
I had to kind of handpick out the people I wanted to do. It's because I needed to run the class. I don't feel comfortable charging someone until I run the class. I get that feedback and realize, okay, this is where our value was. We can add over here. We can be more efficient in these areas. Okay, now we have a real true game plan. Let's work on it, develop it. And now I feel comfortable releasing the class for a price. And now it's on me again. Now I have to deliver. And I want to over deliver. I don't want to just land on where I charged. I want you to walk away going, dude, I would have spent an extra couple $1,000s to do this because then you're going to go out and talk about it. And that's just free advertising.
Dude, we have a student from Indiana came back to back for SEMA, our classes for SEMA. And like we over delivered the value and I'm not the type of person where you take the class and ghosted you. No, call me, FaceTime me, anything you need. As long as you're just following my directions too, like my advice.
Yeah.
Like if I tell you to buy this tool so you can not burn paint, you should buy it. But don't call. And it happened. They called me like, hey, I burnt this panel. I don't know what to do. What was the paint reading at? I haven't got it. Dude, I told you to buy that 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's when I don't feel bad for you after
that.
No,
we definitely need to talk more, man. Cause like, dude, I want to like talk about like more of the business side too, you know? Like
absolutely.
The marketing and how you guys just keep growing. Cause we're all in different levels in the classes, right? Like by the time, maybe next time we meet up, you're going to have your classes structured where it's like, okay, this is it. Like, how did you find that? Was it the feedback from your students?
Yeah.
Like, what did not work? What worked? What did they like? What didn't they like? You know, so thank you again, man, for like taking your time out of your day, man. Just inviting me over here. Beautiful shop, bro. Like next year, my lease ends. I want something a little bit bigger than what we have now. And just let's continue pushing, man. Continue educating the community, you know, just be a better person to everybody, you know, around our surrounding.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
Well, same goes for you. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day too to come down here. I really do appreciate that. And where can people find you? What are your handles?
Daily Details Garage.
All right.
So on Instagram, Facebook as well. TikTok, I need to work on that, but mainly I use Instagram, Daily Details Garage.
All right, guys, give them a follow. You know how this works. Until next time, we will definitely be doing this one again, and we'll have Josh on too. So have a good one.
Peace.